I'm Frank Gifford, along with O.J. Simpson and Don Meredith. The Minnesota Vikings have lost the toss. They will be kicking off. Keith Griffin has dropped for the Washington Redskins. Jan Stenerud, at 42 years old, having a superb year, will get things underway. And there's a look at Keith Griffin. Keith Griffin from the 1-yard line. Griffin with a big opening and out over the 30-yard line, where he is lassoed there and dropped at about the 33-yard line. And out comes Joe Theismann, last year's most valuable player in the National Football League. For this season, those are the numbers. Having a tremendous late season for the Redskins. He's in motion. Theismann looking deep.
Why not? Why not?
Calvin Mohammed splits a pair of defenders, and the very first play of the ball game, 68-yard touchdown, and the crowd almost stunned. Now he erupts in a chorus of boos. They're struggling with injuries. Let's look at the former Raider, Calvin Mohammed. Great speed.
There's no reason to mess around. They're going to just go ahead and get it.
There was nothing fancy about it. Theismann threw the ball before he passed Carl Lee or Tommy Hanna. Just aired it out.
Bob McElwee gives you the indication, and with one offensive play, the Redskins have struck. We'll be back in a moment. The Vikings come on. They'll be led by Wade Wilson tonight. Tommy Kramer unavailable because of a shoulder problem that he hurt several weeks ago, re-injured 3 weeks ago. So we'll watch Wade Wilson. He's starting his second consecutive game. He went all the way last week in a loss to Chicago. 12 of 31, no touchdowns, a couple of interceptions. The offense space. We'll look at the four-man front of the Washington Redskins. And Monty Coleman, a good pass rusher, has replaced an injured Mel Coffin, and there is the secondary. The two safeties, they're playing very well. Steckel.
Say the least.
Second down and 10. And Wade Wilson found Darren Nelson in an opening, in and out of Darren Nelson's hands. It'll be third down and 10. Third down and 10. Darren Nelson, single setback as Wade Manning is back once again. Look out. Here comes Wade Wilson. I think I called him Wade Manning, but he is far short of the first down. We'll see the punting unit as Tony McGee made the stop, and there is Archie Manning. I think perhaps still a little shell shock from a game in which he played against the Bears. A little bit about that defensive unit of the Minnesota Vikings. It's changed considerably from the days of the Purple People Eaters. Doug Martin, perhaps the best pass rusher, and he is playing on a very sore ankle and knee. The defense itself is last in the National Football League, 27th against the rush, 25th against the pass. They've had only 8 interceptions. That matches Detroit for the fewest in the NFL. They've had 20 sacks. That is the fewest in the NFL. So as long as they don't become too complacent, they should not be in trouble. Theismann to Monk. And Monk, who's had a tremendous past 4 games, gets out of the 30 to the 31-yard line. Short of the first down. Dropped there by Tommy Hannon. It'll be third down and 3 for the Redskins. Scum 3. Jeff Moore, number 30. Good receiver out of the backfield in there for Theismann.
All right.
Theismann looking deep again, and this time it was Calvin Mohammed who just did not hold on, or he could have had 6 more. Remaining the first quarter, in the Redskins striking on their very first offensive play, lead 7-0. Theismann to Calvin Mohammed.
There he goes.
He'll do this. He's done it in past games that we've watched. Jeff Hayes has the first down to the 45-yard line, and it was about a year ago we watched him do the exact same thing to the San Diego Chargers when he went 48 yards. Calvin Mohammed, Mark Monk are both split to the right. Theismann looks upfield and dumps it off to Griffin, and Griffin, who's had trouble handling the football all year, loses it. Charlie Johnson topping Keith Griffin. The ball came loose, and
no one tell you trouble.
Setback is Jeff Moore. Works well on the pass out of the backfield. That's Charlie Brown, recently activated, number 87. Theismann, Studwell doesn't hold on. He had the interception. He was starting to run with it, and it'll bring up 4th down. One of his great attributes is he seldom ever fumbles the football. Greg Coleman hammers one low. That'll take Mike Nelms back to the 30-yard line. Fine running by Mike Nelms. He's out over the 40-yard line, where it'll be first down Redskins. A 52-yard punt by Greg Coleman. There it is. It's going to be an aerial night. Pass is complete for first down yardage. And it goes out to Calvin Muhammad once again, who is terrorizing Willie Teal over in that right side defensively for the Minnesota Vikings.
As I
is in, number 25 is the setback. He'll work the left side. Just activated Wednesday, and he looks as though he's at full form because he has been hurt. Actually, that's Keith Griffin.
Well, it could have been.
They did activate Joe Washington this past Wednesday, and I'm sure we'll be watching him this evening. 35-yard line of the Vikings. Keith Griffin, right side to the 30-yard line. Gain of about 5. It'll be second down and 5. Receivers. Charlie Brown activated a little over a week ago. That's Charlie Brown, number 87, in motion. Theismann finds Charlie Brown. He'll have the first down near the 21-yard line.
And I think right now they may be as good as they've been over the last 3 years.
Rick Walker, 88, in motion. Theismann. Oh, Theismann to Charlie Brown. He's hit hard.
Gonna be
Was
down.
it possession?
They're calling it incomplete.
Calling it incomplete. Apparently he was juggling when he was hit. Let's take a look at it again.
Running a post pattern right here. Charlie has those long arms. He's not the tallest guy in the league, but he's got those long arms that he can get up there, grabs the ball. He looked as if he had control of it in the ground. When he hit the ground, it popped out.
Second down and 10. Art Monk underneath. And Monk about a yard short of another Redskin first down, hit there by Scott Studwell. Short yardage offense in. That means Otis Wansley, 39, powerful blocker. And he'll try the left side.
Make it.
And now you hear the crowd roar. Scott Studwell hitting first.
We have a football game here tonight.
30-yard attempt. Mark Mosley,
We're going
17 of 23 on the season.
We're going to have a football game here tonight, O.J.
We got to fire up that Redskins. I mean, got to fire up that Viking offensive unit. We can get a good competitive.
Theismann gets it down. Mosley gets it through the uprights, and the Redskins move out on top. 10-0 with 3:43 remaining in the first quarter. Resiliency. I suggested that perhaps it's a good thing he had it, because it's concern about the latency of the game in part of the country. Well, we're going to see how it works. First down at 10 Minnesota. They're down 10-0. All right. Wilson fires a shot to Leo Lewis, and the little wide receiver comes down with the football out over the 30-yard line. He'll have a first down. For his end, Dwight Collins, a rookie from Pittsburgh, number 84. That's Darren Nelson, good receiver, moving out of the backfield in motion. And it's picked up.
Yeah.
Rich Malott. And Malott gets his third interception of the season and takes it back to about the 11-yard line. We're still in the first quarter. The Redskins on top 10-0. Keith Griffin over the left side, inside the 10, down close to the 8-yard line.
Well, I tell you, if I was a defensive safety, oh, there they are.
Oh, they do show
Got
up.
a hat this time. Uh-oh, a run to the left.
See that? Yeah, I'm glad you picked that up.
Griffin, well, he was kind of to the left.
Yeah.
Well, they trapped to the left.
They're getting it on tonight. Third down and 2.
Oh, I think they're going to throw it. They're going to trick them this time.
That was yellow.
Yeah,
30
I
again.
tell you, they're throwing a trick them. That's a little trick within the game.
Warren, or Clint Didier, is one of those Redskins that they have got back off the injured reserve about mid-season. He had a broken fibula early going, missed a lot of games, and he is really deadly down around the goal line. The Vikings, over the past 5 years, have been under 500, 36-37. So there's a job ahead for Les Steckel, and a big one. Third wide receiver, number 84, Dwight Collins, the rookie from Pittsburgh, is in the lineup.
Boy.
Wilson is sacked. First man there, Darrell Grant. 56th sack of the season for these Redskins. They have been so hot for the past 4 games. The end zone, that would be a safety. He will have to kick quickly because he does not have the time for the protection. He does get it off, and it's a beauty. It takes Nelms all the way back to his own 42-yard line, but it's low, the kind you run back. And Nelms does just that near the 25-yard line. Referee once again tonight, Bob McElwee, and it will work against the Redskins.
Earlier in the year, they lost the first 2 ball games, and everybody said, hey, you know, what's wrong with those skins?
Art Monk, little flanker screen. He got a little bit of a touch block from Calvin Muhammad, and he comes up about a yard short of the first down. And there, second down and 1. Griffin. He'll have the first down. He's in the arms of Charlie Johnson, but he squirms to the 35-yard line for a Redskin first down. Rick Walker, 88, in motion. Theismann. Same play to the other side. The screen to Art Monk, the flanker, and Monk works it to the 30-yard line for a gain of 5. It'll bring up second down and 5. Joe
101. And they trying to get a lot of them for him tonight.
Second down and 5. Griffin over the right side, short of the first down. Theismann thus far 9 of 13, 116 yards and a couple of touchdowns and home. Third down, short yardage. Underneath, and it's complete to Jeff Moore out of the backfield. He'll have the first down at the 20-yard line. Jeff Moore, who works well out of that backfield. They brought him in. 20-yard line. Redskins are moving once again. Keith Griffin, right side. Big open. Good running by Griffin. He bobbles the football, and this is what they've been concerned about. And bounces into the end zone. Joe Jacoby, the big offensive tackle, covered. It'll be a touchdown. A Viking did have a chance just before it got in there. But it will be a Washington Redskin touchdown. And big Joe Jacoby, that's got to be his first.
It is. Look at that.
And I say he covered the ball. It disappeared on this 6'7", 305-pounder. It's just 24-0. We have 10:46 remaining in the first half. And the boos, they haven't often heard here in Minnesota or Rodney night against the San Diego Chargers. Second down and 10. Wilson now 3 of 9, 18 yards, 1 interception. Anderson, the rookie from Baylor, running hard up close to the 19-yard line. He'll get 6 yards out of that to bring up a third down and 4. Hit there first by Darrell Grant.
Anderson, as you mentioned, Frank, was out of Baylor, 3rd-round pick, but they got on the 5th-round pick another back from Baylor, Alan Rice. Kind of unusual. Baylor's right now got 18 players for Baylor that are currently active in the National Football League, and 6 of them are running backs.
Another meeting.
I don't. Those are the meetings that said, hey, wait a minute, we've already had this meeting.
Third down and 4. Wade Wilson looks it over. Darren Nelson, right side. And he'll be short of the first down. Fairly certain that it's considerably short. So it's 4th down. And
the crowd saying go. And you know what? I think they should.
Well, they're seeing a change. The offensive unit coming back out. Go for the bomb.
No way.
Wade Wilson.
He almost fumbled the ball.
Where they marked it. I mean, he had surged over the center.
I think
Redskin came out of the pilot with the football, but the whistle had blown.
Looked as if he didn't get a good snap from center, and you were talking about that earlier.
First and 10.
All right.
Flicker. And Wilson has to settle for short yardage to Steve Jordan. He was looking downfield for Leo Lewis. He wanted a bundle out of that. He'll get about 6.
I bet you we see some reverses. Les mentioned that this morning. Maybe there. I think that's some reverses.
Yeah. Darren Nelson in motion. Pressure's on. Wilson slides in front of it. He's in deep trouble. Gets the ball to Jordan, and Jordan is going to be very close to a first down.
I think he's close enough where they'll go again on 4th. He got it.
All right, Jordan.
All right. Good effort.
Listen to the crowd.
That was a good effort by Steve Jordan that time, because he didn't have his first down when he caught it.
Great offensive back, Ted Brown. They're both unavailable tonight. This is Wade Wilson. Blitzes on again. Okowitz knocks the ball loose from Wilson. Then it's free.
Oh, no.
Big number 77, Darrell Grant, picks it up on the hop.
There is another one.
But the play was set off by a middle blitz from Neil Okowitz, who popped the ball loose from Wade Wilson. Darrell Grant. It was big number Joe Jacoby falling on another fumble.
Well, surprising. You see him reacting to Wade Wilson. Wade Wilson reacting to Okowitz, and then he stopped They ran back into him. You got to put the ball away when it gets hot back there.
Oh, boy.
But when your life is on the line...
Good pass rusher, good defensive tackle, and not a bad runner with the football. And let's take a look at Olkowitz's hit on Wade Wilson.
Pretty clean.
The ball just bounces around and finally right into the arms of Darryl Grant.
Well, you know, it's pretty easy to say you could tuck that one away, but he didn't really have much of a shot to do much. Olkowitz had a pretty clean break at the line and came on through. Almost was recovered by Doug Martin.
That, by the way, ties an NFL record, 2 fumble recoveries for touchdowns. Grant with a fumble recovery, and it's the Redskins' night here in Minneapolis. On 2nd and 8, Wilson again with a lot of time, and he connects to wide receiver Mike Jones out of Tennessee State, and he'll have a first down. He's up to the 47-yard line, a 17-yard pickup. Anderson, good running by Anderson. Anderson down to the 47-yard line, pickup of 4. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Olkowitz made the stop.
Now, Don, what is Archie Manning thinking? Keep him in there, coach. The kid needs to work, huh?
I would say certainly in that area. Archie, I don't think.
2nd and 6. Anderson again.
Same play.
And a sprint with Rich Malott. And he is upended by Vernon Dean, the leading interceptor in the AFC, and now in his 3rd year.
I saw number 32, Vernon Dean, who's been the best defensive back for the Washington Redskins, walk off the field and may be injured.
Anderson, good running, and he'll have the first down. And Anderson inside the 40 to the 43-yard line.
I like that one.
Good running back. I mentioned earlier he has really been a fine all-around back, this Alfred Anderson. 2nd down and 8. Wilson. This is Mike Jones. And Jones, short of the first down, inside the 30-yard line, however, hit there by Curtis Thornton. Free safety for the Redskins. Down a long one. 3:30 remaining in the half. Anderson. And Anderson may have put the Vikings in another 4th and short situation. Charlie Mann, the defensive end, and Olkowitz made the stop.
Boy, he's a good-looking kid.
He made a good
yard. The Vikings will go. The ball just inside the 29-yard line.
You think they're going to go with that power up the middle, number 11?
The last time, 4th and short. Wade Wilson got it on a sneak. It's a little more than that, however, and they are going to go for a bunch of it. They have a checkoff man underneath, however, and they do get the first down. That's Don Hasselbeck, former New England player who went to the Raiders and was picked up recently on waivers. Wilson, this one will be picked off. Ken Coffey, intended for Censor, but Coffey comes down with it. 2nd interception of the night for the Redskins.
Yeah, a lot more Redskins back there than there were Vikings.
Flag will join Jim Lappy. He's going to be talking with Walter Payton, an interview that he had yesterday with Walter, the all-time leading rusher in the NFL. O.J., what do you say at halftime when you take your team in, and that's what Steckel is going to have to do? He's going to have to face them.
We were down 40-0 once, and our coach, Harv Johnson, walked in the locker room, looked at us all with our heads down and said, well, hell, fellas, I don't know what you think, but we got to go out for the 2nd half.
And with those words of wisdom from Harv Johnson, we do know that they will be back. And will be scrimmage, a touchdown pass, Fiesman to Calvin Mohammed. And the numbers actually have not increased that much. The score has, however, and look at the time of possession. Minnesota had the ball actually longer than the Redskins. But it doesn't take long to throw a 68-yard touchdown pass. That he took early in the season when he sacked by the Chicago Bears 11 times in the 16-7 loss. For his career, Manning, 55%, 170 touchdowns, 125 interceptions, and they are looking now at an injured Washington Redskin player, and it is the defensive end, Charles Mann, who's down there, takes over now. Wade Wilson leads, 8 of 17, 60 yards, 2 interceptions. Manning, first play from scrimmage. Receiver covered, he pulls it down, the hook slides out over the 20-yard line, and he'll be close to a first down in the arms of Neil Olkowitz. And there's Charlie Mann. He was the injured Redskin on that kickoff play that Darren, because they have had so many injuries during the course of the season. On second down, Darren Nelson. It's away from Rich Malott. Good running by Darren Nelson. Ken Coffey finally chases him out of bounds. He'll be short of the first down by about a foot. Down and inches for the Vikings. Early going here in the third quarter. Anderson. And I don't believe he's going to get it. Tried to spin out of the arms of the tackle. He had to get up to the 31-yard line. Greg Williams was up there helping the surge on the left side of that defensive line. You were with us earlier on a 4th and inches. Took it in on a quarterback sneak for the first down. They were successful on the other 4th down call with a pass to the tight end. That's one way to get it as Anderson goes over the top.
That was a wiggle for you. A wiggle in the walk.
Move. Taking a page from Marcus Allen's book.
Yeah.
Well, the Vikings keep their drive alive. Former offensive coordinator for the San Diego Chargers. First down and 10. Darren Nelson steps back inside. Good move by Nelson.
All right,
Darren Nelson.
Way to cut down.
Vernon Dean misses. Beautiful run by Darren Nelson, the former Stanford star, and a flag goes down as there is a late hit on Darren Nelson at the 29-yard line. 32-yard pickup.
No. Beautiful run by Darren Nelson, as I stated earlier, as we listened to the call.
Personal foul.
Penalty against Washington.
Number 53 defense. Late hit.
Neil Oakowitz came in a little late and hit Darren, but
Blitz is on, and Manning steps out of the grass for Oakowitz. Well, actually, it was Dexter Manning, and he gets back to close to the original line of scrimmage, but it'll bring up third down and long yardage.
boy, Kirk Douglas. Tony didn't have a beard in the Vikings, did he?
That guy does.
Sippy has one eye.
He finally got him a real Viking over here with Jan Stenerud, but they haven't had a chance to use him tonight, have they?
Archie Manning has scrambled twice now successfully, but the Vikings have a third down and 11.
One of my first assignments for ABC was doing the Hula Bowl about 15 years ago, and Archie Manning and Jim Plunkett lit the place up. Archie scrambling all over the place.
Single setback is Anderson. Redskins showing the blitz, and they're going to come with it. Manning changed it up, tried to get the trap to spring Anderson into the secondary without linebackers, but he was covered, so it'll bring up fourth down and about 9. Now you're down 31-0. The field goal, an easy chip shot for Jan Stenerud.
They're going to
will we see him?
Yep.
Yes, we will. Let me tell you a little bit about him. He's 42 years old. They got him from Green Bay this year for an 8th-round draft pick. Somebody must have thought he was over the hill. Well, he is 16 of 16 inside the 45-yard line, 19 of 22 with a long of 54 this year. Has also hit one from 53 and 52. Has the best percentage in the NFC and tied with Seattle's Norm Johnson for the best in the NFL. All of that at 42 years old, playing in his 19th season. And, if he could survive those stats, he can handle pressure. Such a beautiful form. 30-yard attempt, and the Vikings are finally on the scoreboard. But the Redskins forced them to settle for 3. We'll be back in a moment. If that was a fine pass by Theismann. You saw it on replay. You realize he had to really thread it in there. So Washington again. Good move. Gets a block from Jacoby. And he's inside the 25-yard line. Pops the ball up, and the Vikings cover it. Matt Blair playing hurt tonight, as are many of these Vikings. Gets the Joe Washington fumble. And this is very uncharacteristic of the Redskins. They've had 3 fumbles tonight.
That was an interesting play. They ran a counter. They brought Big Joe Jacoby over, and you saw Joe Washington wait for him, and he just caught the ball up. Was hit.
It was Robin Sinline who knocked that ball out, and Matt Blair made the recovery. So the Vikings get it back. Just inside their own 25-yard line. It's one of the great players in the history of the Vikings. One of the few you can hark back to as being on 1st and 10. Archie Manning remains the quarterback. Trouble on Archie. Dexter Manley pursuing Archie, and he gets the ball off to Joe Sensor, but there is going to be a loss on the play. A major loss back close to the 15.
Big Joe Sensor. He was one of the top tight ends in this game a few years back. Had a very severe leg injury, and he just hasn't come back to the form that he once had.
From the shotgun, Manning hangs one up for Leo Lewis. And Leo Lewis comes down with it. Good move by Leo Lewis. Against Darrell Green. Archie Manning just threw that up there. Lewis could have called for a fair catch if he wanted to. But he gets the first down, 29-yard line of the Redskins on a 55-yard pickup.
And that was one of those throw and hope sort of thing he got there.
First down and 10, 29-yard line, the Vikings.
Boom.
Anderson, good running. Anderson down to the 21-yard line, a pickup of 8. It'll be second down and 2, and we're going to pause 5 seconds and allow our stations to identify themselves. Hot touchdown pass to Calvin Mohammed. Clinton Didier, a couple of recovered fumbles by Jacoby and Grant for the Redskins. That's the time remaining in the third quarter. Second down and 3, and Anderson gets the first down inside the 15-yard line. Alfred Anderson, the rookie from Baylor, as I mentioned earlier, one of the few bright spots for these Vikings this year.
I tell you, I really like his aggressiveness. They're blocking up front, but I wish he learned just a little wiggle wobble, you know.
Jordan is right in Archie Manning's face, and Ken Coffey almost came away with the interception. I'll ask you, Don.
What?
I have to look up to him.
That's right. Now, Doug can play. He really can. I think he's good.
Third down and 11. Okowitz coming again on the blitz. Manning got it right in there to Mike Jones. He took his eyes off the ball, looked at the defender. That would have been a first down. He threw that ball perfectly. That was an 11-yard gain. Manning fires it in the end zone. Leo Lewis is there. Touchdown on a fourth down and 11. Archie Manning under pressure, stepped back inside, rifled one in, and that was finished Archie Manning. New Orleans Saints Archie Manning when he was a Pro Bowl quarterback on a losing football team.
He sure bought him some extra time. The guys weren't open when he was back there. They're not open. He's got some pressure. He comes back up, and he wasn't very open when he catches this ball. If you look, it's still pretty good coverage.
A pretty good throw off a wrong foot. You know, he threw it off his right foot.
College football right here on ABC, and it's a big Saturday, so be with us. First down and 10, the Redskins near their own 23-yard line. Theismann rifles one out to Muhammad. Down goes Calvin Muhammad. Gets about 4 out of it. Rufus Best was there defensively along with Tommy Hannon. Like a fire drill out there. They wind up with Joe Washington. And Theismann heads up, realizes that he had to get his man back.
All day that pass.
Didier.
All day is right.
In front of Rufus Best, who still is recalling the first play of the night when he was burned by Calvin Muhammad on a 68-yard touchdown pass. Nobody's going to get behind him again, defensively. And we'll see that throughout the remainder of the season. In all probability, the playoffs. Second and 7. It's Washington again. He cut back, slides under Tommy Hannon for a gain of a couple. It'll be third down and 4.
Beat those teams without Joe Washington in the lineup.
They have a man now in there, Jeff Moore, number 30. They like to use him out of the backfield. He's a good receiver. They like him in this situation. Third and 4. Theismann gets it to McGrath. As the Redskins are starting to play some of the players that don't see all that much action.
No lines in your house.
First and 10.
Oh, they picked
Wide open is Art Monk. Could have been a little bit of a pick. You're right, Don. There was a crossing pattern, and it looked like a Viking had trouble getting around the other Washington Redskins.
It was a terrific crackback block.
He hit Mohammed on the up, I think.
How about giving it to Joe?
So Washington twists inside the 35-yard line, a gain of about 3 to bring up second and 7. Second and 7. Looking for Monk. 6th reception of the night. And he'll get the first down to the 25-yard line as Theismann now has thrown 12. Art Monk is wide open.
Oh, they're just not covering it.
Flag is down. Art Monk is down. 7th reception of the night. He has been phenomenal over the past 4 games. Still Washington once again.
I'd like to take credit. I heard yellow 30 again that, you know, when I was scouting early in the game, you know, if I was a defensive captain, I'd have been running up to the left side of the defensive line whenever.
The three tight ends are in. Didier, Anthony Jones, the rookie from Wichita State, and Don Warren.
Yellow 30.
Offside.
Wansley over the right side. Filed up short of the first down, I believe.
Reggie McKenzie yelled at him and said, "You better call it off one," and nobody jumped. And who jumped? Reggie McKenzie.
The quarterbacks do get in habits.
Yeah, you do.
They get hung up on 2s and 4s and 3s and 5s. 27-yard attempt from Mark Mosley, who has already hit from 30 yards out. Wolves gets to the crossbar. No good.
Oh, Mark.
Mark Mosley misses from 27 yards out. And the Vikings defense has prevailed again. Just 2. First and 10, the Vikings. Ball just inside their own 20-yard line.
There you go.
Alfred Anderson, wide open field, and that's good running.
That was his little wiggle.
Over the 35-yard line. He just ripped through the arms of Monty Coleman for a 16-yard pickup. People. Third down and 8. Kramer.
Oh, yes.
Manning to Lewis.
It was a nice comeback block.
Lewis having quite a night. Gets out of bounds inside the 45-yard line of the Redskins. Play tonight, along with Ted Brown and Tommy Kramer. Reverse, the reverse.
Here it comes. Got it set up.
Mike Jones throws the wide receiver. Mike Jones inside the 10-yard line. Opportunistic time to call that play. Off the Redskins, pursuing as they love to do. Came back against it, and Mike Jones has a first down goal to go at the 9.
The beautiful reverse. Lyman did a good job getting down there, staying with the block. Didn't get much of a block there
Did you
from
see
the
Archie
QB.
Manning?
Archie trying to. He threw an arm out there, and arm's illegal now. Back in the league today.
He got 4.
You got one
a lot
that
of
makes up for a lot of them in Marcus Allen.
Yeah. Got a lot of tackles playing, I can tell you that. Offensive.
Charlie White, Moses Tupu, and Lynn Kane. Oh, I got the stats tonight.
On third down, goal to go, and it's blocked by Gerald Grant. Knocked away. It'll be fourth down, goal to go.
Here, and he just zips it. Leo hadn't turned around. He almost ran into his offensive back got in his way.
That's a great pass.
That was. Leo. There you go, Leo.
Second down and 8. Blitz is on. Theismann ducks under it. But he goes down at the 37-yard line. He'll only be losing yardage back to the original line of scrimmage. Theismann again under pressure, and he'll go down again as Neil Elshire. Some satisfaction out of that. Waved by the Redskins at 81. Archie Manning has ignited the Vikings here in the second half, and they have played superb defense. Wide open. Same man, Leo Lewis. This time working against Vernon Dean. He comes down on a 19-yard pickup and another first down for Minnesota.
Yeah.
Well,
Archie Manning 8 of 15, 118 yards, a couple of touchdowns. On first down from the 43-yard line. Pressure on Archie Manning. He's hammered by Charlie Mann, but it'll be ruled as an incomplete pass.
I think Archie rolled a little bit too far. That was
Got a little sag. Second down and 10.
reverse.
Another try at the reverse. Mike Jones once again. Jones tries to get the first down, but he's hit right at midfield, 3 yards short. It'll be third down and 3 as Monty Coleman drives Mike Jones out of bounds. Leo Lewis now split to the right of Archie Manning.
Oh.
Third and 3.
there it is.
That's Mike Jones, and he'll have the first down at the 45-yard line instead of a patchwork offensive line of the Vikings. Second down and 10. Manning. And Joe Spencer comes down inside the 20-yard line with another Archie Manning completion.
That was a terrific one of those throw that thing up in a hurry. Spencer made a good recovery, didn't
First
he?
down, Vikings, 19-yard line.
See if Lewis can work on Dean again.
Underneath. And it goes to Malarkey, former 49er. And Malarkey was inside the 10-yard line, short of the first down by about a half a yard. Could be one. He'll try to get it into the end zone.
Well, he's got Vernon Dean one-on-one. Leo Lewis, I'd go to him.
No, they look for the first down, and they get it with Alan Rice.
My God.
Alan Rice to the 2-yard line, and boy, this crowd is in it now.
You know, I just can't believe this game, to tell you the truth. The Skins jumped out to such an early lead. Early, I guess they did, the first play of the ball game.
Second down, goal to go. Play action again.
There he is all by himself.
The man in the corner.
Oh, no.
No, they're saying no. That was Spencer saying he trapped it. The official right on top of it.
Boy, Spencer was open early, too.
He sure was. He waited to get the ball to him. I'm just glad to see Joe Spencer playing like this. He's one of the quarterback draw, Archie.
Alan Rice fumbles the ball. He fumbled it out of bounds. It will be a touchback. And the Redskins will have the ball at the 20-yard line. Oh, what a bad moment. This team right back in it. If they get that touchdown, Alan Rice, the rookie from Baylor, fumbles out of bounds. Automatic touchback. The Redskins will get it at the 20-yard line.
There he is. He wants to turn up. Had a little trouble getting up. He's there. Put the ball away. Oh, nice tackle. He was hit right on the ball. Stripped him of the ball.
How many times over the years have you watched the Redskins force the key turnover? And this young man, I call him young because he thinks young, Archie Manning, changed quarterbacks to Archie Manning, made a big difference, Tom.
I think with Jeff Hayes ran on the punt, too. The fourth down, that hurt him right the first part of the game.
3rd and 5. Minnesota down to 1 timeout. Seisman, complete. Gets it over the middle to McGrath. First down, Washington. The Eastern Division of the NFC, at least until Sunday, by a half a game over the Giants in Dallas. For Theismann, Friday night, 19 of 24, 223, 2 touchdowns. And a big night for this man, Archie Manning. Final word in a moment.